So it's been a few days, and what I want to do here is just rinse or wipe off the top of this. I'm going to show you how dirty this concrete is on the top. I'm not trying to really get it wet. I'm just trying to get any of the dust and kind of get it prepped for. I'm not trying to get it wet. I'm just trying to get it rinsed here and all the dust, so I can prep to get this concrete dye that we're going to use incorporated in. I think the intent is you don't want the dye to just get sucked up by a bunch of dust. You want it to actually dye the concrete, not the dust on the outside of the concrete. So today we're going to use a couple of different products, not real key. We're going to use this Rust-Oleum Rock Solid. It's a water-based semi-transparent stain. It's a spray-on or roll-on concrete stain. We're going to use this little 2-gallon hand sprayer to spray it on. Along with that, we're going to use some different colors in this. This is an aqua stain. I got this from that Z, what was it? The Z Counterforms. I ordered it from them. So I'm going to spray a little bit of this on. This is champagne. I've got a hazelnut and also espresso color. So from Z Counterforms, you can buy these aqua stains in 4-ounce bottles, just as like trials, as I've done in other examples. The battery's dead. Sucks. Huh?
Are you in multiple layers?
Yeah, I just did it. Uh-oh.
Oh, hello.
Actually, my camera died. Where's my water? Trying to get the edge here where it's a nice coat, so it's got at least some color on it. I will say this about this process. It is very messy. I'm going to go back through, and on top of this, I'm just going to put in quite a bit of this hazelnut. How do you think this looks?
Good. I think once you get the espresso to string through, it'll be cool. Careful, that sprayer's dripping all over you.
Let me get some water through here to thin some of this out. What do you want to do with this espresso?
In that video where they did like lines, streak, and then it like bled out, I thought that was cool. That's how you neat in different areas on here.
Okay, I don't know if now's the time to do that or.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, you did it really well. You want to keep doing it? like it with the water, it lets it bleed out. Ooh, almost got my
You don't want any more? It's
side.
just all water based, so you want this to bleed out some?
Yeah. Is that water or is that that is water.
This is water.
It almost looked like the champagne.
See how there's a bit right here, there's just a little bit of you hit this, it kind of just lets it do a natural bleed. Okay. Don't worry folks, flooring is trash. Literally trash. It's just down until we get this hearth finished. Could you imagine like doing this on actual flooring? It's like super clueless in life. They didn't say I couldn't.
Oh, look at it running.
In the earlier part of the video where I showed where the seam, it would have been right here. It would have been right in this area here. There we go. Okay, so you can see right there, that's right here. This is where that seam was at on this side, and it turned out pretty good. You really have to be knowing kind of what you're looking for. I mean, you can see a little bit of line from that silicone in the break. The other side, I didn't do nearly as good of a job here on this side. You can definitely see this side. You can definitely see kind of where that seam was at. It's a little bit rougher, but in the scheme of things, I mean, I don't think it looks terribly bad. It just not as clean as maybe a solid piece all the way around, but all things being equal, I'm still pretty happy with it. So here it is, the final kind of view of this after that stain has dried. There's still a few little wet spots in here. You can see them glisten as we run the camera across, but huge difference in how this turned out. I do have quite a bit of prep work still here to finish on our fireplace, and getting this piece of stone put up in there for the hearth and prepping the floor and stuff. But I'm just going to call this a day. Things that I would have done differently. If I could have poured this outside, I would have done it outside. If I would have known that it would have been okay to pick up and have a couple of guys help me move it in and set it here, I would have done that. It would have helped it, I think, set up a little bit better. It would have helped not be so wet. I would have let some of the water kind of dissipate out. But, you know, this thing's going to be pushing like 400 pounds or so. And I wanted to get it poured really close to where it was going to be so I didn't have to try to like move it super far. This entire project, I was just worried about one thing right after the other. From the form holding up to the stamps working out. And then, you know, to come through and put a dye on it or a stain on it. It's not an acid stain, it's a dye stain. You know, getting that in there and getting the color and making it right. And I've been pretty fortunate on this one. That I didn't have anything like major catastrophe happen. There's a couple places that aren't perfect. I chipped a little piece of the concrete edging, but it just looks natural. I kind of sanded it down a little bit while it was still soft, and was able to just kind of work it where it looked natural. I think this is just going to finish this out really well. So there you have it. Not a professional, just kind of my experience at doing it. A lot of this was guesswork. Finishing concrete is not my thing, and I probably could have been a little bit better at that. But other than that, very happy with how this turned out. I think it looks amazing. I think that it's going to tie this. I think it's going to tie this room together. Once we get this in place, we get the fireplace in, which is actually a pellet stove. And we'll get some stuff posted up once we get all those pieces done. Let us know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. How you think this turned out, and any comments on any questions about how I did something I didn't explain, or something to cover back over again. So it's been about 2 weeks, and I just wanted to give a final view of what the hearth and fireplace look like after everything's installed, including the flooring. You can see I think it matches up really nice here with all that stain, and if we get in a good close look, you can see how the flooring just sits right underneath the edge of that lip and looks like the hearth is sitting right on top of it. The color has maybe lightened up just a little bit. No real areas that I'm super worried about here. So I think it just turned out really well. So thanks for staying with me and checking out this completion of this project. I think it turned out fantastic. Give us a thumbs up if you think that I did a great job. Give us a thumbs up if you don't think I did a great job. Actually, just regardless, thumbs up would be fantastic. Comment would be even better. Subscribe would be the epitome of things that I would love for you to do. Check out my other videos. I appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. I'll talk to you all soon. Have a good rest of your day.